Chapter 2 of the Tale of Jimmy Rabbit. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. The Tale of Jimmy Rabbit by Arthur Scott Bailey. Chapter 2. Troublesome Mr. Mink. Jimmy Rabbit arrived home somewhat out of breath, but he was still happy, for he thought that he had shaken off that troublesome Mr. Mink, and he had no idea that Mr. Mink knew where he lived. Now it happened that old Mr. Crow's story about Jimmy's new tail had reached Mr. Mink's ears, and as soon as he heard it, he had inquired where Jimmy Rabbit lived. Mr. Crow had told him, and he took another look at Mr. Mink. "I notice you've lost your tail," he said. "Yes," Mr. Mink answered. "Farmer Green threw an axe at me once, and it cut off my tail, as you see. I left that neighborhood then, and never cared to return to it. But if this young rabbit boy has found my tail, I shall certainly claim it at once." So off he went, and Mr. Crow nodded his head wisely. It was just as he had said. There was trouble ahead for Jimmy Rabbit, or you might say there was trouble behind for him, for it was that handsome red tail, you remember, that was the cause of it all. Well, Jimmy Rabbit was trying to decide what he would do that evening, when all at once somebody else decided it for him. For all at once a slim red gentleman rushed at Jimmy, crying, "Give me my tail! I want my tail!" It was Mr. Mink, and Jimmy ran off as fast as he could go. "This is my tail," he called over his shoulder. "I found it, and I'm not going to give it up to anybody." But Mr. Mink hurried after Jimmy. To be sure, Jimmy left him far behind, but Mr. Mink kept following. It was very annoying, for Jimmy knew that sooner or later that troublesome gentleman would be on his heels again. There was no use of Jimmy's crawling into any hole, for he was 4 times as big as Mr. Mink. And, of course, anywhere he went, Mr. Mink could easily follow. Jimmy Rabbit didn't know what to do. Mr. Mink had terribly sharp teeth, and he was very angry. But Jimmy was not angry at all. But this time Mr. Mink did not follow. When at last Jimmy sat down to rest, he discovered why it was that Mr. Mink had stopped chasing him. His beautiful new red tail was gone. The bit of string had broken under all that pulling. And now Jimmy Rabbit had no tail except his own. "Where's your fine bushy tail?" Mr. Crow asked Jimmy the next morning. "Oh, I discovered who the owner of it was," Jimmy said. "He came for his property, and I let him have it." But Mr. Crow was a wise old chap. "Did you give him the string too?" he inquired. End of chapter 2.